A giant of jazz rock and a musician reputed for infusing jazz with world music influences, British guitar player John McLaughlin was the first winner of the Miles Davis Award in 1994. But before his classic albums with Lifetime, Mahavishnu Orchestra and Shakti, before his collaborations with Aldi Meola and Paco de Lucia, a young John McLaughlin arrived in New York in the late 60s and took part in historical recordings of Miles Davis, an experience he fondly remembers.
In the studio, I remember I was just really sweating because I was so nervous. And we had in the Silent Way tune from Joe Zawinul, and it was like lots of chords going. The melody is very simple, but the harmonies were very complex the way Joe wrote them out. And we started to play, and we ran it down a couple of times. Miles wasn't happy, so he's looking at me. I'm saying, what's he gonna ask me now? So he comes over and he says, "Play it on a guitar." So I said, you want the whole thing, the chords and the melody? Yeah. So I said, wow, it's some very complicated chords and melodies. It's gonna take a minute. Is that a fact? So and all the musicians like, oh yeah, it's his turn now, So I'm like, I was thinking just for a few seconds, but within about 15 seconds, Miles said, I don't know how to play the guitar. And the musician said, yeah. That's a good one, And I'm thinking, what does he mean? What does he mean? Play it like you don't know how to play the guitar. So I said, well, even if you don't know how to play, you can play E. Everybody knows E on a guitar. So I said, okay, bing, dee, 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 dee. And I looked at the light was on, recording light. And I said, I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah. I just went. But I didn't change the harmony or nothing. I just kept the same harmony, just all around like one tone. And then Wayne came in, he played the melody, and Miles and Wayne came in, and we got to the end, and Miles asked Tio Macero to play it back. And I heard it back, and I was shocked, because it was beautiful. And not only was it beautiful, but he found a way to get out of me what I didn't even know how to get out of myself. And he had this gift to be able to pull out of all the musicians something that they maybe weren't even aware of.